Hi, and welcome to U.S. Elections 2020. This year, class is on video online instead of in person. We've had a few family conflicts that keep me from being at co-op on Monday mornings. So the format this year is that I'll record videos and have them posted on YouTube on Monday mornings. You'll watch the video and then you will have time to ask any questions that you have. You can either email me your questions or you can just post them here on this feed. Then they're due by 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, I will address any of your questions. If there are a lot of questions, I'll make another video, or if it's a complex idea. If there's easy, simple questions, I'll just either type the answers back to you or email the answers, whatever is necessary. So the timeline, how this will work each week is that Monday mornings, the video will be posted. You'll have till 5 p.m. on Tuesdays to ask any questions. Wednesday morning, I'll have all the answers posted, whether it be video or an email. And then you have until 10 p.m. on Saturdays to complete your homework and email it to me. That gives me time that if there's any issues in the homework, I can address it in the Monday morning video. So it's real important that all of your homework is turned in by 10 p.m. on Saturdays. You guys are quickly becoming young adults, and I think that it is really important for you to understand the process of U.S. elections, whether it is our presidential elections, mayors, governors. Your vote means a lot. You need to understand what you're voting for. You need to understand who you're voting for. State questions are really important. We'll address all of that in this class. But because of the unique situation of this year, we do not have as many classes as usual. So we're going to address everything kind of quickly. And I expect you to be young adults, not have your mommy and daddy answer the questions for you, not ask your grandma or your friend, but you do the research yourselves and come up with your own opinion of how these things need to be addressed, whether it's a state question, whether it's a choice for governor or judge or sheriff, whatever it be. You need to learn how to use your voice in a positive manner for this country that we live in. And those are the types of things that we're going to address this year. It's going to move quickly. It's already September, late September. The election is in November. The U.S. presidential election is in November. I believe co-op ends at the end of November, right before Thanksgiving, but you will have a couple of more assignments after co-op ends because of how the U.S. presidential election runs. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I want you to be responsible for your homework and your answers. So I don't want you to watch news clips or ask your parents or a friend or social media. When there's a debate, I expect you to watch the debate. If you just watch what CNN or Fox or any of the news channels say, they're just going to give you little clips about the debates. And so they have a tendency to give you the opinion they want you to have. That's why you have to watch the whole debate so that you can come up with your own opinion of what happened and what was said, so that you'll know what's really said and not what was taken out of context. Okay? So these are my expectations of you. I expect you to do the research yourself, to watch debates yourself, to research any state questions that we have, which I think that this year we only have one state question. Last time I checked, there was only one. And we'll discuss all of those things. I'm just letting you know what we're going to do this year. So your assignments are going to be watching the videos, watching the debates, your homework, any questions that you have, and doing your own research. What you will not do is ask your parents their opinion and what you're supposed to think. um, it needs to be your opinion, because one day you'll be an adult sooner than you think, and you'll have to vote on your own, and you can't always ask your parents who to vote for. So this year, I thought last election was a crazy one, but this one is completely historic. Hopefully there won't be any others in your lifetime this crazy and historic, but this one's historic for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of controversy between the Republicans and the Democrats right now. I mean, I've never seen the two parties fight like this before. We have a global pandemic that has affected campaigning. It's affected the debates, the primaries, the caucuses. It has affected a lot of things that usually are more on track. And our first debate is not until, tomorrow. It's on Tuesday. So the pandemic's affected a lot of things. The controversies have. We have a lot of civil unrest going on, which is not usually happening during an election year. As a matter of fact, we haven't really had this kind of civil unrest. There was a little bit in the 80s in like California. And then, of course, there was civil unrest during the 60s. We had, the civil rights movement, and we had the hippie movement and all that kind of stuff in the 60s. But it wasn't quite like it is now. So what's going on in America right now does not happen very often in history. So that is making it quite historic right now. Our sitting president right now was impeached. There's only been a handful of presidents have been impeached. Usually when impeachment process comes, they chicken out and quit. But I just forgot his name. Bill Clinton did not, and neither did Donald Trump. They both sat through the impeachment process. So we have a sitting president that was impeached, and which impeachment just means bringing charges against. It doesn't mean that charges were proven or he was convicted of anything. And then we also have a Supreme Court nomination going on right before election time. And if I remember correctly, that has only happened in history 19 times. But from what I'm seeing on social media and in the news, they're kind of trying to make you think that this is the only time it's ever happened, which is not true. It's happened. I think it's 19 times. I could be wrong about that. So that it's not as unusual as they are pretending it is, but it does make this historic and unique, especially when you add all of those things together. So, that's just my opening. So yay, there you go. I know that was a lot. I also have learned something too with social media. I used to do a lot of speaking in person, and then social media came around, and so now I do speaking on social media, camera and such, and I've learned that I make crazy faces, so there you go when I talk. So you're welcome. All right, so first things first is we have 3 branches in our U.S. government. The reason that we have 3 branches in the government is supposed to be checks and balances, so no branch of the government gets too powerful. That's how it's supposed to work. And the reason they did that when they wrote the Constitution was because most of the people in America came from countries where there was tyranny. So we didn't want that to happen again. The 3 branches are the legislative, executive, and judicial. So the legislative writes the laws. The judicial interpret. Well, they don't really interpret. They make sure we follow the law. The judicial is the judges, the court system, and the top of that, of course, is the Supreme Court. And then the executive branch is like the CEO. He's like the one that makes sure everybody's doing their job, and that is the U.S. president. So we are having a election for the executive branch, which is the U.S. president. Our sitting president is running again. So Donald Trump is running again. They get 2 terms. This will be his second term if and when he is reelected. There are people running against him. I have never seen it before where they only show the Democrat and Republican. They never talk. This time they've never ever talk about the other two people running. You never hear anyone mention those. But and usually they do, and usually they're involved in the debates and such. But this time nobody's even mentioning them. There are not two people running. It is not just Donald Trump and Joe Biden. There is a woman running named Jo Jorgensen. She's running on the Libertarian ticket. And there's a man running named Howie Hawkins, and he's running on the Green Party. So you need to know who is running, what party they're running with, and what they want to accomplish if they are elected president. So I have a couple of little notes. I just quickly looked up what each person says they want to accomplish, what their platform they're running on is. Jo Jorgensen is the first one. She is the first female libertarian. Well, she's not the first female libertarian. She's the first female libertarian that has the nomination for presidential nominee. And her platform is she wants to be an alternative to the Democrats and the Republicans, who she believes has created $1 trillion deficit that has led to expensive and deadly foreign wars. She believes that our government is entirely too large and that she would like to see us have a much, much smaller federal government, and that the states regulate themselves more, and that the citizens regulate themselves more. So that's what Jo Jorgensen is running on. Again, she's a libertarian. Then we have Howie Hawkins. He is part of the Green Party. So his platform, of course, is going to have a lot to do with the environment. He would like to see an eco-socialist Green New Deal, which would involve economics and environmental programs that he believes President Roosevelt in 1944 set out to create, and that the government never quite got there. So he would like to see economic bill of rights for people and the environment that would, he believes, would create a place where we are in more harmony between the environment and people. And I shouldn't laugh. I didn't mean to laugh. Sorry about that. And then, of course, we have Donald Trump, and his platform focuses on economy, jobs, immigration, and foreign policy. If you've paid any attention whatsoever, you already know that. He says that every time he speaks, those are the things he speaks about. Then when I looked up Mr. Joe Biden, Donald Trump's a Republican. Joe Biden is a Democrat. And the only thing that I could find that he said his platform is his campaign is to challenge Donald Trump and remove Donald Trump from office. He didn't say anything about economy, jobs, environment, war, foreign policy, nothing. Just he wants to defeat Donald Trump. So those are the four people who are running. We are going to have an election tomorrow. No, not election. Whoops. Debate. The first debate is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central, which is Central Time, which we live in the Central Time, so it's 8 p.m. for us. It's an hour and a half. Everyone should watch it. Don't watch clips later. Watch that. I know some of you have, activities in the evenings, whether it's football or gymnastics or band or whatever. So you maybe can't watch it, but you can go back and watch it later, but watch the whole hour and a half debate. Don't just watch clips. Clips are misleading. They can be taken out of context. You have to watch it from start to finish. And that's what I want you to do. Even if you can't watch it tomorrow night, watch it before the end of the week so that you can do your homework, because your homework is watching the debate. So, we talked about who is running for president. There is a website called Ballotpedia, like ballot, like an election ballot, and pedia. So ballotpedia.org. If you go to that website, we'll put links on this. to everything that I'm talking about. So Ballotpedia, USA.gov will be on there. The YouTube videos, there'll be links for all of that. There'll be also like my email address. Ooh, I don't know if I should put that publicly. Maybe, I don't know. If my email address is not public, I'll email it to you, and your mom should have it anyway. Okay, so all of those links will be on there, so you can go there. So anyway, about the people who are running, you can go to ballotpedia.org, and it tells all about each one of the people that are running for president, what they're standing on. It tells, their history, all of the stuff that you need on there. It also tells about the electoral college. I think it might have a link in there to who the electors are this year, and like the timeline, all of those things are there. There's also one that's usa.gov/elections, and I know that one has all that information in there. Okay, so the timeline this year for the election process is October 19th is the last day to register to vote. So people who are not registered to vote yet, like those who have just turned 18 or for some reason have never voted before but want to this year, or they've just moved to a new house, like in a new district, you have to register to vote again. The last day to do that so that you can vote on election day is October 19th. Election day this year is on Tuesday, November 3rd. That is the general election. That's when we, the people, go out and vote. We let our voices be heard. It's very important that you do that. And then the next thing, even though we go out and vote, there's still an electoral college. The electoral college is who officially cast votes for the president. We will talk about the electoral college next week, but the date that the electoral college formally votes is December 14th. So, although co-op is over in November, we will have a class after that vote, maybe one before and one after that December vote of the electoral college. And then the electoral votes are actually officially counted January 6th. So we'll have a class one before, or video one before and one after because of that. And then the inauguration is January 20th. And of course that will be our last classes then. So we will have a few little video classes after co-op stops because of when the election actually takes place. Okay? So your homework this week is to watch the first debate tomorrow, September 29th, from 8 to 9:30. Again, if you have activities and you can't watch it this week. And for the debate, I would like to know who you think won the debate, not who your mom and dad thinks won the debate, or your grandpa, or your best friend, or who social media or wherever you're looking thinks won the debate. CNN, Fox, any of those channels. I don't care who said won the debate. I want to know who you think won the debate. I want to know who debated. Did all four candidates debate? Did three of them debate? Two of them? Who debated? And what did you learn? What did you learn about the debate process? What did you learn about each candidate that was debating? Who did you like best? Not necessarily did they win. Maybe the person you like best didn't win, but you liked what they had to say. So those are the things I want to know. Who debated, who you think won, what you learned about each candidate, and which candidate you personally liked best. Okay? So that is the first part of your homework. The second one is a little YouTube video. It's called How to Become President of the United States, A Simple Guide. It's a 9-minute video. The guy just kind of lays it out real clear about how that process works, what the requirements are, that kind of thing. So watch that video. I want to make sure you watch the video, so you need to tell me what you thought about the video and what you learned from the video, okay? And then so that's number 2. 1 is the debate. 1 is the video, YouTube video. 3 is who is running for U.S. president and what do they want to accomplish. So there's 4 people running for president. I want you to tell me about each one of the 4 people, what their name is and what they want to accomplish if they become president. And then, so you have those 3 things, okay? Then also by 5 p.m. Tuesday, if you have any questions, your questions you can put here on the feed, or you can email them to me 5 p.m. and then I'll answer them by Wednesday morning. You can email your homework to me by 10 p.m. Saturday. I'll make sure you guys all have my email address, okay? So that's it. Watch the debates, watch the YouTube video, and tell me about each one of the candidates. I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, remember to let me know by 5 p.m. Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you.